The COVID-19 situation remains serious and the government goes on without any direction. The unlocking process has been paused with fresh guidelines stating that the lockdown shall continue to be strictly implemented in all containment zones till July 31st. Starting on July 1st, Unlock2 guidelines show that government has not made any significant changes in the previous Unlock1 with opening of schools and colleges, international passenger flights, metro rail services, cinema halls, gymnasiums as well as social, political and religious congregations remained barred. The Unlock2 guidelines issued by the Home Ministry on Monday under the Disaster Management Act 2005 for the next 1 month have just made a few relaxations, one of them being the night curfew timings, which have been relaxed between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. instead of 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. earlier. In an important change, there shall be no restriction on interstate and intrastate movement of persons and goods, and no separate permission, approval or e-permit will be required for such movement. In the previous guidelines, the MHA had allowed states to bar movement on the ground of an apprehension of a health situation. The Unlock2 guidelines, which the MHA said seek to open up more activities in areas outside containment zones, have lifted the restriction of 5 people at a time in all shops. Depending on their area, they can now have more people at a time. However, they will have to maintain adequate physical distance between the shoppers. The national directives on COVID-19 management continue to require mandatory wearing of face covers in public places, workplaces and during transport. Also, as per the new norms, the Health Ministry will monitor proper delineation of containment zones and implementation of containment measures. This was left to the states and union territories administrations under Unlock1 guidelines. The COVID-19 cases are increasing at a record high pace with no respite in the number of deaths, but the government still has not made clear plans for controlling the virus spread. The incidents of carelessness by the hospitals and government authorities are continuously being shared by COVID-19 affected patients and their families. The Home Ministry said dates for restarting all activities barred in non-containment areas till July 31st may be decided separately based on an assessment of the situation, and necessary standard operating procedures may be issued for ensuring social distancing and to contain the spread of COVID-19. Unlock2 shows no plans for increased testing of the people to stop the spread of virus, and it also shows no readiness to improve and enhance the ICU units and ventilators. Stating that the use of Arogya Setu mobile application will continue to be encouraged, the Home Ministry guidelines ask employers to get their employees to install it on a best effort basis. The government has not clarified on how the Unlock1 helped in reviving the economy amid the rising numbers of coronavirus cases.